The next speaker that we've got is actually a bit of a guest from a different part of the industry that we wouldn't normally sort of talk to, and probably a little bit different. We've got David and Andre joining us from Australian Droid and Robot. They're a long-time user of Panasonic Toughbooks, but at the same time, they're a very unique user. And they've been lucky enough to have a bit of a hands-on session and field trial with the Toughbook G2 ahead of a lot of other people as well here in Australia. So we invited them today to talk a little bit about their experience with the Toughbooks and the G2 out in the field, and get a better sense of how some of the key features of the G2 have actually been operating out in the field, and how that's really benefited them. So over to David and Andre.
Okay, so I'm David from Australian Droid and Robot. I've got Andre with me, electronic engineer. Australian Droid and Robot does robotics and automation. So we specialize in mining equipment, so we can send robots underground where it's unsafe for people to go. Mm-hmm. We send our equipment in remotely, removing the people from harm's way. In addition to that, we also do above ground work with aerial drones and recently in maritime robotics.
Yeah, we're all about safety by separation. So as David said, sending in the robots where the people don't want to go or can't go, and having that platform in there to gather sensor data and anything that the customer might be interested in having a look at. Well, basically everything is a challenge when we're trying to fit technology into these rough mining environments. Recently, I did a job in the Pilbara where on a daily basis, it would get above 40 degrees Celsius, and hardware would be failing all over the place. Having something rugged like the ToughPad, where I don't have to worry about fine particulates getting into grooves, and can just rely on it to have a reliable connection and the performance that I need to get the job done, really gives us a bit of peace of mind, and removes a bit of a weak link from the kind of chain for us.
Yeah, and then taking it above ground, recently I did some work with the Australian Navy, and I had a G2 on a Navy jet boat, a RIB, and we were doing a sonar mission, so sending one of our remote maritime robotics and to go and do a scan of seabed. It was just nice to have that G2 reliability there, where we can have it on the deck. It can get a little bit of sea spray on it. It's in the sunlight. I don't have to worry about battery life. It's got plenty of battery life. And in terms of connections to the vehicle, the connection is awesome. The fun with robotics is you typically go where people don't want to go. And what that means is you don't have the luxury of the infrastructure with you. You can't carry a lot of equipment and supplies into the field. So for me, with a UAV work, for instance, having nice battery life in your base station computer is a fantastic luxury. And then if you have a modular battery, we can just plug a new battery in when the one gets flat. It's fantastic. So I don't have to then worry about carrying generators with me or power extenders or USB banks, for instance. And then further to that, and going into the modular design, having the ability to plug in an SSD on the fly is great. So with the UAV work, you gather lots of data. You're looking at 100 gigabytes. Last time I did a job for a mine, we mapped 135 kilometers of haul road. And that took a lot of data. And with the G2, if I can just put a new SSD card or drive in every couple of days, that makes my life a lot easier. So all of a sudden, I don't have to carry USB drives with me all the time and spend my nights uploading and downloading data to keep them safe. In terms of the technology leap that this represents, is it gives you the agility and the freedom to be detached from traditional society. So you can grab your technology and go out to the field and trust that it's going to work. It's going to make your life easier. Like the fantastic thing is it's got its handle in the back and it's got a touch screen. So traditionally when you press the touch screen, the laptop will tip over. But in a G2, you got this handle that acts as a support stand when you're out in the field. So that allows me to put it on the deck of a boat and have my hands free, not have to worry about holding a computer. So I can do what I can do. It gives me freedom to complete a job at hand.
Our mission as a company it's all about safety, and it's about removing people from the hazards of the job. And the mining industry is it's a hazardous environment to work in when you're kilometers underground, you know, and we put technology in place that's designed to bring people home safely and to get the job done without worrying about if they're going to make it home, you know.